Well, this is the frame for my new basement door. It's from Bilco, and it's made of high-density polyethylene. I'm going to set it in place right here and then double check to be sure that everything fits properly.
The new frame is slightly larger than the old one, so I trace the outline onto the wall, then trim the shingles back using a small battery-powered circular saw. Then I bring out my chisels, one of my favorite tools, and cut away the remaining shingles at the rounded corner. Next, I check to be sure the frame is square. If it's not, the doors won't fit properly. Now, the best way to do this is to measure from corner to corner and compare the results. If the frame is square, they'll be the same. Once I'm satisfied everything is in the right place, I mark the location of the mounting holes using a felt tip pen.
Now, these are the marks that I made by using that pen and tracing the slots on the frame. And what I was doing right here is taking a punch and making a small center mark right in there, just a slight depression so that the drill bit won't wander. Because I'm going to have to drill holes here into which I'll be inserting these plastic anchors. Now, I won't be using just any drill, but this drill right here, it's called a hammer drill. It actually hammers at the same time that it's rotating. It makes short work of going through concrete like this. And it's outfitted with a carbide tip masonry drill bit here. Now, I've got a piece of tape up here, and that's a depth gauge, so that I'll drill these holes at just the right depth to accept this plastic anchor.
When drilling in a masonry material like this, I always make sure to vacuum away the dust, especially any that may have fallen back into the hole. It's almost impossible to properly insert an anchor in a hole that's filled with dust. Well, before I set the frame permanently into place, I want to apply silicone sealant. By cutting the tip closer to the cartridge, I can get the heavy bead I want on top of the foundation. Then I ease the frame into position, press it firmly into the sealant, and begin installing the screws. I place a second bead of sealant on the inside, where the frame meets the foundation. By spraying on a lubricating solution, I can use my finger to tool the caulk and end up with a super smooth joint. I also apply sealant to the head of the frame, where it meets the side of the house. Finally, I secure the metal threshold to the foundation.
The frame is in. Now it's time to put on the doors. These two are made from high-density polyethylene, and my first job here is to put on the hinges.
The hinges are first attached to the doors, then the doors are set in place. Finally, the hinges are attached to the inside of the frame. The polyethylene doors are much lighter than the steel ones I'm replacing. But to make the new doors even easier to operate, I'm installing gas cylinders that will slow the doors closing, then help to push them upward when they're open.
Now here's a nice feature. On both sides of the base, there's an opening, and you can handle this one of three ways. You can put in a clear panel and make it a small window. A solid panel, or, and this is what I'm going to do in my case, a screen and vent. Well, I got my new basement door. It won't ever rust, never needs painting, is safer for the kids, and I think you'll agree, it's pretty darn good looking.